Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to the weekly review with Sean Ciroc. I'm Sean Akina Torres here. Of course, I'm joined along with...
And it's your boy Ciroc. And Mike, how are you doing this lovely Saturday afternoon?
Man, it's a great day. I can't complain. It's a nice day. As you can tell, we're in a different place.
Yes.
A much different location than we were last show.
Yeah.
And of course, before we were the show before that. So you want to tell us where we were?
Yeah. So we're actually at Kelp Sushi over here off of West Waters. Basically, next week is the Tampa Bay Food and Wine Festival. And one of the events that's going to be showcased is the Chef Showdown. Now, if you don't know what the Chef Showdown is, basically it is the top chefs around the Tampa Bay area specializing in all things from sushi to truffle to seafood to tacos and of course to burgers. But today, one of my good friends, Chef Martin Hernandez, will be competing in the sushi portion. So first of all, welcome, Chef. How you doing?
Thank you for having me here. At least I really appreciate it.
Glad to have you on. Glad to have you on, man. It really is. Glad to have you on.
It's so funny though, because he's a friend of mine, and like we gotta be professional with him. And I'm in my head, I'm like, man, just what do you be glad to have you on?
We've met him. I met him before. I actually had a whole conversation, and even then, I was like, hey, you need to cook something, and I still haven't had you cook for me yet. Man, I'm waiting. I'm waiting.
As you can see on the table, these are some of the items he just put together in like 5 minutes. That's how good he is. That is how good Chef Hernandez is. But I'm gonna call you Marty. So when you hear me say Marty, I'm talking about him. Either way, Chef, welcome to the show, man.
Glad to have you.
Thank you. So I'm excited. I'm excited to be here. We obviously have some lovely rolls on the table, for you guys to try, and we'll go from there, right?
All right. So quick question. Obviously, you can say yes, you can say no. Is any of these rolls that we see on the table? Oh, actually, that's crab ragoon. It's not a roll. Forgive me. Going to be featured in the showdown?
No. I whipped these up. This is off our menu right here. I think these are the most visually appealing rolls that we have. People come in here and they see the Sin City with the lotus chip on top, and they're like, "Wow, I want that."
Oh, so that's a lotus chip.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Where did you get that from?
That was on the previous menu.
Oh, okay. So he had nothing to do with that.
Do you come up with any of the menu ideas yourself?
We did a revision of the menu, and there's multiple things on the menu that I created. Yes.
Okay. So Marty, obviously I've known you for a very long time. I mean, we're going on, 7-8 years. We actually met back at Chichos on Water, which is another, it's Water and Flower now, but it's another restaurant that featured obviously California type style dishes as well as sushi. Now, tell us, from how you started there to where you are now.
I think I started when I was 19.
Okay.
I'm turning 31 in 2 weeks.
Oh, happy early birthday.
And thank you. As you can, on the way up, rolling sushi as a normal person, 2 years of that, then sous chef under the chef that...
What is a sous chef?
A sous chef is literally the assistant of the head chef.
Oh. How many chefs are there in the kitchen?
Too many.
Well, it depends on the size of the kitchen in a sense, because if it's a bigger kitchen, you can have, the head chef and then multiple sous chefs. But if it's a smaller one, it's usually just one and one.
Okay. All right. Are you going to have a sous chef with you for the competition?
Maybe.
That seems like something I would have to have, because you're so busy concentrating on just the main course. You ain't got time for the little details that go into it.
Yeah. Yes, I agree. But somebody has to hold down the fort, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's pretty good, man. I mean, you got a lot. I mean, no pressure, obviously, no pressure at all. But I mean, you're representing not only Kelp, but sushi in Tampa Bay as a whole. Now, you're also competing against Chef Reyes from Haiku, Tampa, which is a great place to be at. However, I don't know his background, but I have a feeling you've been doing it maybe a little bit longer. Do you think you being, a veteran in the sushi game have the upper hand?
I'm going to say yes, because I've been doing this for so long. I know flavors and everything like that. So I think I have the upper hand a little bit.
I mean, you're going to say yes anyway, though. Yes. You're not going to put yourself second anyway. You're going, hey, look.
Yeah, you're not going to
brush shows off a little bit.
You got to be confident in this. That's what I've learned over the years. Confidence and patience.
So before we get too far into what you're going to do, let's talk about how you got here. Is this something that you've always wanted to do? Be a chef, or a line cook, or what did you want to do?
It's kind of changed over the years. It went from, I want to be part of, culinary industry to, I'm going to go back to school to go be an accountant, which I finished. Right. I got my bachelor's in accounting.
Good job.
And then you know, I didn't like the 9 to 5. It wasn't for me, you know, sitting in an office all day.
I hear that.
So I came back to what I enjoy and what I love. And this is, you know, what I enjoy.
Oh, okay.
So as far as, you know, this is, I want to make sure I ask you this question, but, you know, Tampa Bay has been a growing, I mean, I've been here, what? 10 according to Facebook, you know how Facebook does like the memories, and I had that post that was just like, hey, peace out Michigan, I'm here. That was like 12 years ago. But Tampa's been a growing city. Restaurants have been a huge part of that. However, do you think you'd be in the same position as far as the head sushi chef here if you were in another city, or just Tampa just had that kind of like perfect opportunity for you?
I'm gonna say yes. I think I would be successful somewhere else, maybe in Miami or like, you know, like in the up and coming places, like, you know, Dallas is a big thing. You know, I've been there multiple times. Their sushi have also gone up another level. Like sushi it's very easy to be a chef in a sense, normal chef. Yeah. But when you bring in the element of sushi where it needs to visually be appealing, your ingredients, you deal with fish. You know, fish is a very, very sensitive protein. Yeah. So
I eat a lot of seafood. Trust me, I know.
You know when it's good and when it's bad. So
he's a good swimmer too. He's starting to turn into a fish a little bit. That's insane. Now you didn't go to, like you said, you went to school for accounting, got your bachelor's in accounting. You didn't go to culinary school. Do you think, you know, that you missed out on maybe learning certain things, or do you think just your experience being a sous chef, being a head chef has made up for that?
When I was in high school, I was in like the culinary team. I would say, like, and I know a lot of people.
They had the culinary team in high school.
Yeah,
what high school you go to?
Chamberlain.
Shout out to Chamberlain for having a culinary team out there.
So
we had sports, but whatever.
Is that the new home ec? I'm just kidding.
Yeah,
there's home ec, and then you had the culinary. So
I'm on the culinary team. Yeah, we got defeated.
So I know a lot of kids that came out of that program, which is, you know, they went to Johnson and Wells, you know, the Culinary Institute of America, you know, and they do teach you a lot of stuff, but there is a whole different feel when you're Friday, 7 p.m. and you have to work the line. There's only so much that they can teach you. And the only way you learn that in a sense is kind of the way I was taught, being thrown to the wolves, you know, and that made me the person I am now, you know, as a chef and, you know, bringing these spectacular plates out.
Okay. Okay. Go ahead, Sean.
So let's get back to the competition that's coming up. Are you already planning what you want to make, or you already pretty much know?
Yeah, I'm excited. I want to know
what you want to do.
Obviously I don't want to say it on air.
Don't give away your secrets now, but you know.
But yes, I have it wrapped up. You know, we are 6 days away, right?
Yeah.
It's on the 14th. I have it all ready. You know, it's just little minor details, plating, things like that the judges obviously are going to look into. Like you have to also, you know, what I'm thinking how it's going to be is almost like Chopped. Like, you know,
yes,
that is very close to what it's going to be. Obviously we're bringing our own ingredients, our own stuff. We're going to, you know, in that sense, but you have 4 judges, and they're 4 judges that know what they're doing. You have the, you know, Chef Sean from Meat Market.
Yeah, I hear a lot about him
from Edison, and, you know, 2 other guests. And, you know, these people, they're known for their restaurants, you know, and they're very successful restaurants.
Are you nervous
for the competition to be in front of them?
Both.
No, yeah.
For the competition, not yet. I think being in front of, you know, these people that have kind of grown the culinary institute, like culinary industry in Tampa, is being in front of them. Like, a little nervous.
Let's talk about a culinary scene in Tampa. Now, other places, they have Savannah, New York, parts of LA. They're
Dallas
known for their food.
New Orleans.
Yep. Yeah. Tampa's not one of those places that's really known for its food. Is that something that you want to be in the forefront of changing, or is that something that you don't believe is the case?
I think Tampa right now, we're trending upwards in a sense. You have all these new places in Midtown down on Water Street, all those new restaurants. I think Tampa right now is on the forefront to being probably one of the best places in Florida to come down. And, you know, to eat, you have Miami, which everybody, you know, everybody loves Miami, but I think Tampa is maybe, I want to say maybe a year and a half from now, like people are people are already coming down to come visit us. So like it's going to be a lot more.
Exactly.
If the traffic has anything,
Oh
if
my.
the traffic tells anything that tells a story, oh my God.
Yeah, it is ridiculous.
Everyone and their brother and their cousins moving here.
So Marty, like, so the big question is, how did you even get involved in the Chef Showdown? Because obviously we're talking sushi, and there are tons of sushi restaurants all around the Tampa Bay area. There's, ones that have been here for decades, ones that are brand new. Like, what, were you surprised when your restaurant was chosen, or was this something that that you guys like I guess applied for? Like, how did this whole process even start?
We definitely didn't apply, I'll tell you that.
Chef Martin Hernandez, vote for me, please.
Definitely didn't apply. I think it was the judges and the people that run Tampa Bay Food and Wine Festival.
Okay.
Because this is also the first year, it's the inaugural year. So to me, that's even a bigger honor.
The festival is his first year, or
It's
the Chef Showdown?
The festival is his first year here in Tampa.
Oh.
Because it started up in Miami.
Okay. Oh wow, I didn't know that.
You're pulling some from the Miami things up here already.
I think I got that mixed up with what's the thing at Busch Gardens?
Oh, the Food and Wine Festival.
Yeah.
It's a little different because Orlando has the same thing too. Like, Disney has that.
Yeah, Epcot. I've seen it.
Yes.
That was actually Epcot one year when they had it going, and it's the little spreads. It's a nice spread. Don't get me wrong, but the thing is you're at an amusement park. I don't got time to sit there and
Yeah,
I
and ride roller coasters, try to eat sushi.
I know, right?
I dropped my sushi on a Shikra.
I mean, when it's local like Busch Gardens, and okay, I'll take it 2 hours and eat something because it's local. But I'm driving someplace.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. So like one thing, Sean, and I'm sure you can agree with this. One thing I do like about sushi is, the creativity aspect, the freedom for you to, I know there are the staple rolls, like the spicy tuna, the California roll, the, I don't know.
The dragon roll.
There we go. I'm glad you said so, because I was like, that's all I know, spicy tuna, California. Like, are you allowed here to kind of do what you want, create what you want?
I have a bigger opportunity at this company to create, which is a big thing, is why I left, the other location, was having that ability to create, because in a sense, sushi, you have to be creative.
Yeah.
Right. You have to be.
Yeah. Anyone can put a piece of fish on some rice and say, hey, here you go. But to actually do something like this, you have to have a creativity aspect to it.
Right.
I agree.
Is it risky? Like, sushi's been around for how long? Centuries.
Centuries, yeah.
Right. Is there a risk factor if you kind of stray too far away from like the traditional aspects of sushi? Right. Because we've all seen rolls at places or on TV that it doesn't even look like sushi anymore. It's just a whole bunch of sauces and avocado and, everything but, the basic ingredients. Do you feel like that's kind of where a lot of things are going? Do you, in your rolls, feel like you want to stay close to that, or it's whatever the people want?
It's a little bit of both.
Okay.
Some people like dipping their nigiris and their sushi in straight spicy mayo or soy sauce. Some people enjoy that. There's other people that go in and like, I want a piece of nigiri, and they want it as close as traditional as that.
One nigiri, please.
A little wasabi, rice, and tuna, and that's what they want. So you have to be able to almost adapt.
Yeah.
That's
good. That's a good answer.
Go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
What's the most ordered sushi roll here?
Current, like I said, we have 2 different locations at different parts of town.
Right.
Here would probably be the Sin City or the Volcano Roll over there at the one on Beta Bay.
The bougie roll
would be like, our fresh rolls, like, our fresher rolls.
Okay.
But here, like, it's a lot of volcanoes, I would say.
Really?
I wonder if that has to do with location.
Yeah, I think so. Because like down in South Tampa, it's like whatever looks the cutest and whatever, the Instagram models are eating is what people want to eat. They can literally put manure on the plate.
You got Harbor Island and all that stuff.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
But at the same time, though, it's like, I'm in South Tampa. I've got to eat the
how much does it cost?
Little things versus Up here is like, look, I just want some seafood.
Yeah, like, what is your most expensive roll? Can you just plate it for me? I'm not going to eat it. I just want to take a picture of it. But and speaking of that, I mean, I'm sure you have 1,000 of them, but what is the roll you hate making the most?
Oh, there we go.
The roll I hate making the most.
That's just like, oh my God, I can't believe it.
I'm so tired of these California rolls.
There is no roll that I hate making.
Good answer.
I think there's rolls that, you know, you kind of like, oh, like I got to make this again. Like, you know, which is, I think every chef that I've known is there's a certain place that you're like, okay, like I don't.
Like, oh my God, if I have to make one more volcano, I'm gonna lose my mind.
I think probably from what I remember, like we have no rice rolls here, which are, you know, easy to make here. Okay. Like I've gotten adjusted to that. Would be no rice paper roll. That is the most difficult thing.
Is that the pink paper?
That's soy paper. No. Rice paper is the clear, transparent white.
The usual, the most, okay. Like, well, damn, I just realized this.
Yeah, but he's saying doing it without rice. So it's just the paper and the fish.
Yeah, because this is nori. This isn't as bad.
Okay.
But the ones with rice paper that are transparent are not the easiest.
Aren't those like really like small too?
Yeah, obviously your no rice roll would be smaller, you know.
Oh man, who goes to a sushi restaurant and says, "Let me get a roll with no rice"? Like, bro, just leave.
Plenty of people, because a lot of people get just the sushi with no rice at all. It's just a piece of fish.
They might as well just get sashimi or nigiri.
Yeah, but some people enjoy the flavor of the nori. Yeah. And they like it with the fish.
Like, you know. Those people don't come here. I get it. Oh man,
that's funny.
So, you know, obviously you're a champ at sushi, but the competition has sushi, seafood, burgers, tacos, truffle. Why? I don't know. I do not know. And fried chicken and pasta. Actually, I just realized they had pasta too.
Wait, fried chicken is gonna be part of this?
I think so. Yeah. So we definitely got to go.
Huh.
That doesn't mean anything. That. We just like fried chicken. It has nothing to do with what we look like or the color of our skin. But besides sushi, what other category do you think you would do well in?
I think I would do pretty well in seafood.
Seafood. Okay. Besides seafood, you can't. That's because sushi is kind of seafood.
No. You got like seafood Alfredo, which I'm sure he's got his own personal recipe for that. Then you got, you know,
that's how you know I can't cook.
Make your own seafood stir fry. I mean, you got all types of different.
So seafood.
I think seafood I would do pretty well.
What would you make? Because I don't know. I forgot who would you compete against the seafood, but what would you? Because you can't tell us the role you're going to bring for the competition for your sushi. But you know, if you're making seafood, what would you bring?
I wasn't expecting that question. I think probably tuna. I think tuna is a very lean cut. It's very flavorful. You can play around with it. Yeah. Like, you know, salmon's a little fattier. Like, you know, people love salmon.
Oh,
like I'm not
salmon.
opposed. But me, I like the little leaner cut. So tuna, I'd probably
stick with that. It's also safe.
Nice tuna steak, pretty much. Yeah.
What about you, Sean? Me? You got burgers, you got truffle.
I make seafood Alfredo. Seafood Alfredo. That's
seafood Alfredo. Damn, you guys.
So we're competing against each other in the sense.
Yeah, I was about to say, you guys know exactly what to make, what to cook. And I just be like, maybe cereal? I don't know. Is that a category?
Everyone has their specialty things. Like, I mean, like I can grill salmon pretty good, but that's not going to be the.
Listen, I can toast Pop-Tarts like no other. Are you kidding me? You don't even got to put a timer on. I just know. I can just smell it when it comes out. So I want to flip the script with you real quick, right? So right. You're on the end of, you know, competing. You got judges. Say if you were a judge in a sushi competition, what are like the 3 things, or 2 or 3, doesn't matter, that you consider convincing enough for the win? Like, what would you be looking for from a winner?
Obviously, the flavor.
Okay.
Presentation is a big thing for them.
Okay.
Yeah. And then the quality. The quality has to be there. You know, you don't want to eat something bad and you're like, like I can't. That's definitely not the winner. So I think that's also something we strive here at Kelp, is to have the best quality on the table for people, so they keep coming back, you know?
Yeah.
That's one of the funniest things is, you know, go to a sushi place or any seafood restaurant, and one thing is you don't want to go into a place that smells like fish.
Yeah.
You want the fish, but doesn't want it to smell that way, because that's a bad.
Yeah. And fish goes bad very quickly.
Oh yeah.
So like, how does that like affect? I mean, I don't know. Like, what's the process like here as far as like, you know, when you guys order sushi, how long does it take to make the rolls? Like, cause I mean, you can't really, you know, predict who's going to order what? Because you got things with tuna in it, you got things with salmon in it, you got things with, you got nigiri, you got sashimi, you got all these different types of fish with a expiration date, a very small time frame to eat. Like, how does that process going? Because I see guys in there now, like, and just prepping. Yeah. I mean, I'm sure a ton of fish goes to waste.
No,
really?
There's really not a lot of fish that goes to waste. It's more about how you cut it and how you process it and how you store it. Because if the big thing is storing, I will say. Okay. Because, some places don't know how to store their fish that well. Like I've been to multiple places. Here we don't have that problem. As you can see, like we've had this tuna for a day and a half and it's vibrant red. Mm-hmm. You see? So
has anybody eaten it yet? So wait, vibrant red. I'm glad like that. I didn't even have a question about that. So with the colors, like what does that mean?
Colors on the plate?
No, but like I think it means in regards to seafood, like tuna steaks, you want it to be a vibrant red. Salmon, you want to be a nice deep red. Okay. Grouper, you want to be not clear white but white.
They do grouper on sushi rolls.
Yeah, you can have grouper, you can have mahi, you can have white. They're considered whitefish. Yeah. So whitefish, hamachi is considered also whitefish. Like those fishes, is
it blackfish out there or no? Or is this just this is what they call it? I don't know. You don't want that blackfish.
But everything.
He didn't touch that one at all. Right? I ain't touching that.
But everything is about like when it comes to fishes is color, smell, and taste. Yeah. Those are the three big things.
Okay. Well, wow. I mean, you sound like you're gonna be a winner out there. So, like, I mean, I know this competition is well. Go ahead, John.
No, go ahead.
I know it's fun. It's not. I mean, are you bringing a competitive mindset to it, or are you just like, hey, I'm just happy to be here and I'm gonna represent our restaurant as best as I can?
I think he's going for the win.
Hey, listen, don't be ashamed to say you want to win. Look, put on that Kobe mindset, that Mamba mindset.
I mean, that Game 7. To our listeners who probably won't see this after the competition, look at it. Look at this man. Doesn't he look like someone who wants to go here and win? Hey, he looks like someone who wants to go here and win.
Or do you feel there's a lot on the line, a lot of pressure, right? Because you don't want to walk in to work Saturday afternoon and be like, Mario, what happened?
I think everybody around here, we kind of want to be the place that everybody wants to go to. Right. So we're fishing for the win. I think that's what we're going for. That's where my mindset is.
For the win. I like how you're fishing for that.
Did they say what do you win anything? Do you win anything?
I mean, you got bragging rights.
Yeah. You don't get a trophy?
For a whole year.
Dude, you better get like a trophy or like a frame. I'd put that frame right on the door outside. I'd be walking around with a crown on my head, a cigar in my mouth, and a sushi roll in my other hand.
You also have to figure out this is the first year. So I think a win is locking you in for the next year. Hey, I won last year. So
not only did I win last year, but I won the first.
Yeah.
I won the first.
So you can carry that for
once you're first in something, it's like it doesn't matter what happens after that.
Yeah.
And now, as far as winning in your competition, do you know anything about Chef Reyes from Haiku? Are you familiar with what he's done? Have you been there, tried their food?
I've been there multiple times. Chef David Reyes he's known in the Tampa Bay area. Everybody likes to go to Haiku. It's visually appealing, I will say. And I've told him that. His sushi, there's a couple rolls that I'm like, this is good. Like, I'll come back and try it. He's done very well with that menu.
Yeah, which is kind of funny though, because I've never had any sushi at Haiku at all.
I haven't been to Haiku yet, so it's gonna be a treat for me. Are you, when it comes to getting the seafood, I know a lot of them just have it sent in. Are you part of that team that picks your cuts of fish, or does someone else do that for you?
Yeah, like how much control do you have over what is
brought into the restaurant?
Yeah, our fish comes in obviously weekly, 2 times a week. We see the fish, and if it's not up to our standards, we send it back.
But do you personally view it, or do you have a sous chef here that does it?
Yes, we have. I have a sous chef here that physically sees the fish and looks at it, cuts it, checks it for quality, and then I have another 2 employees that have worked in the Tampa Bay area with fish multiple years, as long as me, that physically look at the fish and we haven't had any problems.
So you're saying, so the sous chef, even you've been a sous chef, is just as important as the head chef in a sense, right? Because he's the one that kind of like gives a thumbs up on the fish that's coming in that you eventually have to present.
Yeah, I think, they're very important. I've always had that kind of mindset because I was there once as them being the most important, including to our staff. I think our staff are the people that literally drive, any company in a sense, they're the most important also.
Yeah. They're the face of your place.
Right.
They're the ones that see the customers more, especially more you, because you're back there working. You're busy. You can't do it. What is say you win, where do you want to take that to? Because you don't just win and go, hang it up and that's it. You win and you put it out there and say, hey, look, I won. What do you want that to help you with?
What's the goal after that?
I haven't really thought that far,
Okay, fair enough.
But,
that's fair.
Like I was telling Ciroc.
That's me.
like I was telling Ciroc, it hasn't, the nerves hasn't really, sunk in yet, or, the jitters. I think it's probably in a couple of days that as soon as we get closer to the event where I start feeling the pressure a little bit.
Packing the truck up, getting ready for everything.
Where it's going to hit me.
Are you taking your sous chef with you, or this is just like a solo dolo type deal?
Possibly.
You got to, man. He's gonna be back here like, I don't know, the chef lift me. I don't know why I'm talking like that, but I don't know.
Bad fish, not my fault.
Yeah, everybody needs a partner. Everybody needs a partner.
But most likely, yes.
So this is kind of going in a different direction. I just want to, because I love sushi. I'm a big sushi fan. I always eat more than I think I can, because sushi is very misleading. Like, oh man, I can get like 3 rolls. After like 2, you're done.
Yeah, I don't eat more. I order more than I think.
Exactly.
I order more. I'll get this roll. I get like 4 rolls. Hey,
I'm not wasting this.
Oh my God,
just stuffing in your face. So like, what is like? I know the basic sushi rolls, but like I never really understood sashimi and like nigiri, like just like on the side. Like, what is it? Just a cut of fish? Like, what is the allure of it? I guess because it's not like decorated like this stuff is.
I thought you would have known that from working at Chicho.
Yeah,
I must have forgot.
I have a confession. At Chichio's, before we started, we had to do a menu test.
Yeah,
as you were like, shadowing another employee. And there was this girl, remember her name was, I'm not gonna say her name, but basically she was training me. And at the end of my training period, we had to take I got like a 2-page exam, whatever, test on everything. And she pretty much just told me all the answers. So yeah, I cheated on my test for the restaurant. Yeah. And I just didn't see the point of learning the menu. I don't know why. I was young, I was naive, and I didn't get fired until a couple years later. So anyway, back to my question.
Looking back, would you still study that menu, or is
no? Yeah, I'm sorry.
So
I don't.
He ain't gonna be young. He's like, I want to learn this.
I didn't even know what like Tito's was. I was new to Tampa. Someone ordered like it was just some of Stevie's friends. They're like, can I get a Tito's and soda? I was like, first of all, what the hell is soda? Because I'm used to pop. Like, and what is Tito? That's Michael Jackson, brother. Like, I don't know how to make that. But continue, Bart. Sorry.
Okay, so sashimi is just the fish.
Okay.
Just the fish. Just the fish. People love that. That's like I said, quality is a big thing for that specific cut. And then nigiri, it's with rice, and you mold the fish to the rice.
Okay.
So, that's another thing that's also very on quality.
Is that like something that's like an add-on to a roll? You know what I mean? Like, does it complement it, or is just like another basically meal along with sushi? Like, is it green? Is it mashed potatoes to turkey?
No,
or is it
not at all. Okay. Because there's a lot of fancier places that just does like nigiris, sashimis. They're omakase. Omakase is the 12-course meals, but majority of those places, they focus on their cut of fish and their nigiris. Okay. So that's like a whole unique and different, there's sushi and there's sushi rolls and your appetizers, and very creative. And then you have those places that just focus on nigiris with their omakases that are just that's them. And they do it very well.
Yeah. Yeah. There's some places, I don't know about here, but there's some places back in my hometown.
What about you, Sean? What's your favorite?
Right now, I gotta say dragon roll, nigiri. I'm big with, Just a nice good cut of fish. I mean,
okay.
Put a little wasabi with it. That's good. Wasabi, a little ginger.
So do people eat that wrong? I saw. I was watching something on YouTube, some like chef breakdown or whatever, and one of them was a sushi chef, and they were saying people like westernized sushi is not really. I mean, I can't say it's not authentic, but something to do with like wasabi. Like you're not like a lot of people like to just drown their rolls with wasabi, but apparently wasabi is supposed to be like some type of, additive for taste.
Mm-hmm. It's also like ginger being like a palate, like, you cleanse your palate with the ginger. So like those places, those high end places, like I was saying, like that focus on the cuts of fish, there's no soy sauce just sitting there at the table. They don't allow that. They brush the fish with soy sauce, and that's your soy sauce for that. Because, like you said, westernized sushi is, here, like they love sauce,
Yeah. They drown it in sauce.
But traditionally, spicy mayo is not a real thing. Like, but here it is.
There's like wasabi. I don't know if you can use real wasabi, but
like real wasabi, is grating it.
They said it's really expensive though. Real wasabi is from like a plant or something like that.
Yeah. It grows in water.
Yeah. And the one that we are used to, the green, is just what is it?
Mustard. It's basically mustard powder mixed up together.
So we've been getting fake artificial wasabi this whole time.
Oh yeah.
And I've been loving it. Damn, isn't that crazy?
But I have a question for you, and it has to do with California rolls. Why do they use imitation crab meat for California rolls?
I think it just depends on the places. Like, some places love I've had customers come in and I was like, your California roll isn't the same as this place. Why? Because they probably use California crab sticks. Like, there's other places that focus on, the real thing. They use real crab.
See, I've yet to find a place that actually uses the real crab. I've been in a lot of sushi places. I've yet to find one.
Is it harder to get a hold of? Like, I mean, like, I'm sure it will cost more too.
It's going to cost more. The cost.
It's very expensive.
Yeah. But as far as the taste, though, the taste is 9 times better. 10 times better. I mean, using actual crab versus this little pollock fish they take and put some crab seasoning in it and say, hey, here's crab. Yeah,
there's a reason, like, I guess they do have sushi bars. I'm always thinking like you really can't see what they're doing back there. So Martin, like, it's sushi is a lot that goes into it. And obviously by the time it comes to the dinner table, it's finished, it's a complete product, right? Yeah. So, in your opinion, and what's more important to you, the actual, the quality that goes into the sushi, like, or just the presentation and plating? Like, what do you think is a stronger skill for you?
So since I've started, I've always been big on quality.
Quality, okay,
is a big thing for me. But right now, like I say, quality is like number one. That's my most important thing.
You want it to taste good.
Yeah. But right now we live such in like a social media, age that the presentation has to be there. You can't just, here you go. Like, people, like I've been in a restaurant, I've served, platters that are like 8, 9 rolls. And I was like, we're going to take more time on this because it's going to a customer. Like we do with every plate in-house to go. It's always the same. But that we take a little bit more precaution to make sure everything looks good, because guess what? What's the first thing they do? Pull out their phone.
Boom. Pictures. Yeah.
So, and that's what drives people to come back. And I was like, look, did you see so-and-so's plate at Kelp Sushi? Let's go try their sushi.
Yeah. You would think people eventually will want to eat the food they're taking pictures of. And I feel like that almost, that results in a lot of, restaurants that pop up that have sushi who technically probably shouldn't have sushi. It's almost like it's a rat race of whose food can look the best, who can bring the most customers in. And then I think, and that's why I love things like this Chef Showdown, because that's going to get rid of all that stuff. And it's just going to be like, okay, who's good at doing this? Who can make quality sushi? Who can make it look decent enough? And, who's actually, bringing great sushi to Tampa versus just like, hey, get this California roll with fake crab and fake wasabi and fake avocado. And like, it's like, you're just eating plastic at that point.
So kind of going into that, I think it has to do with convenience, because for a long time, you can only get sushi at like a sushi bar or
yeah. Now you can get it at Publix.
That's what I was about to say. Now you can go to a grocery store and get sushi. And I'm sorry, I've had it. It's not.
I don't even know why they are allowed to do that.
It's just, and even on base, they actually have a person that makes it there daily. I mean, he sits there and does it daily, and I've had his, and still just is not.
Yeah, and you probably don't get the heart to tell him, like, yo, bro, you should try something else.
You know, people love, like, you know, it's easy. Like, you're doing your groceries, you're grabbing a head of lettuce. I was like, oh, you know, I guess they have sushi on Wednesdays, like there's discounted. Oh, let me just take these 2 California rolls. It's convenient, you know. You don't have to sit down. That's what has become, you know, of age. Like,
but sushi's one of those things.
There's a lack of taste that goes along with that.
Exactly. So, it's not something that you can just buy at the grocery store and eat. Like, if sushi is a type of food that it's just like, you want someone to make it for you fresh, that knows what they're doing. Yeah. You don't want to go to Publix and get some sushi that's right next to the, you know, the preheated meals.
Exactly.
Like, what? Like,
they're sitting there all day and you're like, what's the...
Yeah. And you have nobody to yell at in case you don't like it. Nope. Right? You can't blame the lady behind the bakery counter. Like, hey, why does this taste like this? Like, I don't even speak English.
It got sent to us that way. I mean, something like that. I mean, you know, it goes along that. It's like, this is fake. It's real, but it's fake.
Yeah,
because
exactly.
It's not made in the traditional way and with the skills that go along with making it the right way.
Exactly. And like I said, you know, we were talking about like the westernization of sushi especially with the sauces, right? Because I'm big with sauces. Everybody loves their hot sauce. Everybody loves their spice mayo. Yeah. Everybody loves ranch. Everybody loves something to dip in. Like, would you ever like just go against the grain and just be like, hey, look, we're making this roll. Tell them, because you know there's some chefs that want their food to be how it is. Like, they don't want you to add anything, dip it in sauce. Would you ever kind of, I guess, consider that at all? Or you just like, whatever the people wants, I got to give it to them?
You got to be a people pleaser, man. I think that's what it comes down. Like, before, like, you know, coming up, like previous chefs, like, you know, they're real strict to their, this is the way it should be.
Right.
And I feel the more modern that we got in society, I think it's what people want at the end of the day. And that's what people want. And those people come back because they're getting that product here instead of another location because they said no. So as being a chef, you have to be flexible and you have to like adjust to times in a sense. So.
Yeah, that makes sense.
All right. So since you are the head chef here, let me ask you this question, because I was, you know, is being a head chef your penultimate position that you want to get, or do you want to open your own restaurant at some point?
Yes, because especially if you win, right? First champion of the Chef Showdown restaurant exclusive, like that's a big title.
I think I'm very content here. I'm very happy being here at Kelp. You know, I've been here a little over a year, and you know, I think, you know, expanding this and growing this is what I see right now in the future.
Okay.
What would you consider changing the name to Marty's Sushi Joint? I think that sounds kind of catchy.
Marty's Fishery.
Listen, that's how it starts. I mean, like a lot of these, I don't know if they own a restaurant. I'm sure some of the judges, like what's his name, Chef Sean. I mean, I read a little article on him, and he's opened plenty of restaurants, but you know, don't hold yourself back, man. If you got the talent, I mean, I've been eating Martin's Sushi for a very long time, to the point where I have a standard of sushi taste that I know where it should be. You know what I mean? So that's why I don't eat public sushi. That's why I don't go to these places I've never heard of. Like, I know when I'm coming here or wherever he's at, I'm getting some quality sushi. I'm getting some quality food. I'm getting great presentation. I'm getting great knowledge, and I'm leaving with a smile on my face versus, you know, walking out the door, you know, complaining and whatnot. So yeah, man, you know, we definitely appreciate that. And, you know, I mean, like I said, I haven't had sushi at Haiku. No disrespect to Haiku. I had their food there. It's great. They have these like pork belly skewer things that literally almost made me cry. But yeah, man, you know, we're definitely rooting for you. But this is a competition. We do have to keep it fair. Yeah. So, you know, we will be sitting with Chef Reyes shortly in the future here. Yeah, man, like this is I'm excited. Are you excited? You're gonna be nervous. I can tell, man. Look, if you need us, we'll be out there supporting. You know, we'll be rooting. We'll be Chef Marty or Chef Reyes. Sorry.
Yeah. So, real quick, besides winning, what do you want out of this competition?
You know, the past couple, like, you know, since we did the opening opening event at Wally. That's what it was called.
Willis.
Is
shout out to Willis.
Yeah, thank you for great event. It's just getting out there. I think like I've noticed the past couple of weeks is, you know, people coming up to me. I was like, oh, we seen you all over Kelp's Instagram, or hey, like you're part of the event. Is exposure. You know, I think that's what everybody wants, and I've gotten a lot of it. And it's very new to me. Like you know, I'm just a chef working and
just doing my job, people.
Yeah. You haven't gotten to that other point yet. Now you're just kind of building what your name, I guess you could say. You know, your name as the head chef here.
Yeah, and you still got all your fingers, which I'm surprised. Like, let me ask, have you ever had any close calls? Like, because I've seen you guys roll like cut.
Yeah. So fingers. You know, for you to take off a whole, we're talking fingers, for you to take off a whole finger cutting, like, you know, maybe you're in the wrong profession. Fingertips, like fingertips, and you nicking your fingers, cutting your fingertips, like that's happened to me. I've taken fingertips off, or like, you know, nick myself with my knife. That happens. That's just part of the game, like, you know. But I will say, you know, fingers crossed, knock on wood, I have never physically cut myself cutting a sushi roll. No, okay. nor cutting down a fish or anything like that. I've licked myself just like
preps.
Yeah, you know, just prep items and going to grab my knife,
burn your arm like or anything like that.
Yeah, burning your arm, leaning up against something you shouldn't lean up against.
That happened to me at Chichio's. He had what was it? It was
like a little oven.
It was a little oven with no sign that said I'm an oven, and I leaned.
No sign that said
I was talking to Martin. I kind of just did one of those cool leans, and I scorched my arm. and yeah, man, that was my sushi career.
It took a minute and a half. That's all she wrote. He was there for like a solid 10 seconds.
Yeah, I think that was
completely.
Yeah, I was like, what's cooking?
Yeah, my arm was burning. I think that was on the menu test that I cheated on, so I didn't know that I could burn myself on that. Oh man. Well, Marty, man, like I'm excited for this competition. I mean, like I said, it's the first time it'll be in Tampa Bay, and it's the first time. And don't be too nervous, because remember, it's the first time for all those chefs as well. You know what I mean? So, you know, whatever you're feeling, I'm sure they're feeling as well. And given, you know, your track record, I mean, you've been doing this for over a decade, which is crazy to think how long it's been since, since you started.
Still so young.
Yeah. And he's still young, ladies and gentlemen. He's not even, 31?
31 in 2 weeks. So
31 in 2 weeks. Well, hopefully you'll get like a, early birthday present next week. But yeah, man, Sean, do you have any questions, or you want to go in what to Florida?
I pretty much asked most of the questions I have for him. If anything else I have, we'll bring it back on the show.
Yeah. Oh, one more question. So you already know what you're going to make, right?
Yes.
Well, I mean, could we get I want to have a sample or something like that? I mean, we're going to go see. I mean, I'm not saying we're favoring any chef at all, but I mean, maybe if we tried yours before we talked to Chef Reyes, we could kind of give you an idea of where. I'm kidding.
Like I said, you can try it on Friday.
All right, let me ask you: is it going to be fried or not fried?
Nothing fried. I think we're going for straight. Like I said, Florida. I think what Florida's known, like what the Florida. I think that's what we're going for.
That's what I like to hear.
I think that's what's going to drive the judges to be a little bit more on my side. The creating of this is what Florida's about. Like color. And color is a big thing. Yeah, color.
It is.
You got to be vibrant here. I mean, color is all the sun and stuff. You got to be vibrant.
I mean, if you got blackfish, maybe pull out the blackfish. You know what I mean? Surprise everyone.
See, I'm going to take the guy fishing the show. There's no such thing as a fish that comes out black skin. I mean, it's black on the outside.
There's black dolphins. I've seen a black dolphin before.
But on the inside, they all look like that.
Yeah. Killer whales, they have black. I mean, again, shampoo on them. Anyways, all right, let's get into what to Florida.
So before we jump into what to Florida, we're going to ask Chef Marty if you go ahead and tell us.
Explain what this is.
All right, we're going to start the one closest to Ciroc. This is a rose cave. So as tempura shrimp, avocado, freshly cut tuna on top, a little spicy mayo, a little eel sauce, a little scallion for garnish, and your ginger wasabi, obviously. The following roll is called the Sin City.
Ooh, I like that.
So this one is cut in 6. It has inside asparagus, cream cheese, salmon, avocado, is topped with crab, spicy tuna.
Okay.
Like I mentioned before, the lotus chip for appearance, a little tempura flakes, a little spicy mayo, a little eel sauce. Okay. And then the following plate, because I know Sean is big on nigiri. So I did a little something over there, a little tuna nigiri with a topper and then a salmon nigiri with.
So this one's salmon on the left, right?
Yeah, it's salmon. And that looks a little bit of fish eggs.
Yeah, what is that black stuff?
Tobiko. Black Tobiko.
Tobiko. Okay, so is there any, I say you split them in half. Does that matter as far as, is there a certain reason why that's done or?
Just appearance. Just presentation.
Appearance? Okay. And also like, are you supposed to put the tuna on top as last? Or whatever the fish is on top is last. It's always noticed that it's never really inside too much.
Well, you do it on top for like I said, like visually appealing. But you have rows that have tuna. Like we have a row called Wicked Tuna that has tuna inside and tuna on top. So it just depends.
Okay, all right. And this is the Rose Cave. Sin City, and
just nigiris with toppers. Those are just tuna nigiri, salmon nigiri.
Oh, and that's awesome. And these are all on the menu currently, right?
Yes,
these are
on the menu. Those are nigiris. Yes, they're on the menu, but I spiced it up a little bit.
All right. And so listen, if you're at Kelp Sushi and you want something a little different, just ask for Chef Hernandez to spice it up a little bit, and he'll get it done.
Right, so let's try a little piece.
Yeah, can we try? Oh man, I feel like we should have chopsticks. Whatever. It doesn't matter.
And to our listeners, to the ones who are watching, at some point in time, you're gonna see someone come in with a big thing of food. It's not for us. It's actually for one of our people helping us out. Is producer Fitz.
Fitzy. So,
well, thank you for helping us out today, Fitz. Thank you for being here.
Yeah, let's since we have a little bit of time here, let's give definitely one. Sorry, I know that was terrible to be eating, but first and foremost, I want to give a shout out to Kelp Sushi for letting us use their restaurant to do this. Keep in mind, ladies and gentlemen, this is like their active business hours right now, as well as my buddy Chef Hernandez, Marty for short. I mean, he's taking time out of his very busy schedule to even give us a little bit of info about the Chef Showdown. Also, we want to thank Fitzy, who's been helping us out. It's been amazing. He set up all this production with the cameras and everything. So everything you see, he got it done, got here early. And obviously, last but not least, we want to thank our producer, Colin, who's over there hanging out, taking photos, learning a lot, doing his thing. And once again, man, we appreciate all you guys for making this happen. We do got another, like I said, with Chef Reyes in a couple of days to get that done as well. So thank you guys for doing everything that you've been doing. Thank you for the team here that been, bringing this food out. And hopefully this will look just as good as food tastes. So thanks.
I'm not a full mouth, but
yeah, I know. Good. Like so, it's like.